What's going on, everybody? I get a lot of questions asked as to what rod and reel I use. So I'll show you the three that I use, and then I'm going to go into a video of how I float fish. So the first rod that I use is the Okuma SST. It's a 9'6". It's a medium light action rod. The reel that I have paired up with that is a Pflueger President 35,000 series. The other rod that I use is the IMB 8 9-foot rod, medium heavy action, and that's paired with the Okuma Roxy 40. As far as my float rod goes, I like to use the Canon IMB 8 Pro Classic Graphite Stillhead series. This rod is a 10-foot rod. This is paired with the Pflueger President. For my float setup, I run my main line. I run 25-pound braided main line. I pair it with the Raven float. This is a 6.2 gram float. I run my shot pattern down to my barrel swivel, down to my fluorocarbon leader, and down to my hook. The hooks that I use are the Addicted, made by Mustad. This is a number 2. Very sharp hooks, very good hooks. Very thick gauge hooks. If I'm not using these, I run the Gamakatsus, number 2 or 4. If I'm running Gamakatsu, I prefer the Octopus circle hooks. But if I am running the Addicted series, I'll just run the regular J style hooks. They work very great. They're sharp. You will always get a great hook set in. As far as the float goes, I run the 6.2 gram float with the Raven. I love the Ravens because they use a cylindrical tubing, and say I wanted to change my float because the water is moving too fast and I need a higher gram float. Well, I pop this off without cutting my line, put my new float on through the surgical tubing, and now my float is on my line. Didn't have to cut anything out. When you do your shot pattern, you need to match your weight of your shot to the weight of your float. This is 6.2 gram float, which means I need to run 6.2 grams worth of split shot, also called your shot pattern. From there, I run my barrel swivel. This is a 35-pound breakage barrel swivel. I run a fluorocarbon leader. I run a 14-pound fluorocarbon leader only because I'm chasing king salmon at this point. And then I tie that on to my Addicted series hook, number 2. For my hook, I run the egg loop knot if I am float fishing. Holds your skein on a little bit better. If you guys need a tutorial on how to do the egg loop knot, let me know. I can show that to you guys. But pretty much, when you run your egg loop knot, you put your skein in the loop, you tighten it down, your hook's there. So I hope this video helps you guys. Like I said, I get a lot of questions all the time of how I do my setup. So if you have any other questions, feel free to get a hold of me.